Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We have got another What's for Dinner. We have a few Dean dinners for you guys. So we did a theme this past week. We decided to do fast food favorites. So that's pretty much self-explanatory, but we just chose a few of our favorite places, fast food places to go to, and we recreated like our version of our favorite dish. Or a dish, I wouldn't say a favorite dish for both of us. We just picked one we knew we liked. So this was super fun and definitely something different than what we're normally used to. But I hope y'all enjoy these recipes. And let's go ahead and get into this video. So for the first recipe on this week, we are doing Arby's. We're doing the classic beef and cheddar. I feel like everybody loves that when they go to Arby's. So we just got the Kroger brand curly fries, and then I just took some deli lunch meat and heated it up in some beef broth. That's just going to help keep it nice and moist and won't dry out on your sandwich. And then that first pot that you see right there on the stove with the red color in it, that is a recipe I found on Pinterest, and I'll have it linked on my Pinterest board, of course, but it's called Red Ranch. And we really enjoy the Red Ranch. Whenever we go to Arby's, we always get a side of Red Ranch, and it is so good dipped in the curly fries, which I'm a huge fan of honey mustard on my curly fries. I know that sounds crazy, but it's so good. But this homemade Red Ranch was really, really good, and we will definitely be making this again. When the french fries were almost done, I just took our buns and laid them right on the rack on the top shelf and just let them heat up and get a little bit toasty. Now we are going to put them together. So I just took the buns out of the oven, and then first I'm going to add on some of that Red Ranch, and then we will add our roast beef. And then, as you've seen, I just used the Stadium jar cheese sauce. I really like that. To me, that's like an all-in-one cheese sauce that you can use on a bunch of stuff. And it really worked well on these beef and cheddar sandwiches. Here they are all done. These were so good, and it was a great way to start the week. So for the second meal, we went with Taco Bell. We are making their Crunchwrap Supreme, I guess. For me, it's not Supreme just because I don't like all the veggies, but I did add some lettuce for Luke. But so here I'm just starting off making my, in quotations, secret sauce. It's not secret, but y'all know all about that. So So I just like to take some mayo, and I don't have any measurements for this. I honestly just add however much I know we're going to need, or just go by the taste of it. So I've just got some mayo there, and then I have some Taco Bell sauce. This is the mild sauce. You can get that from you can buy it in the grocery store in a jar, but I just always have the little packets, and so I always use the little packets. So I just add as many of the little packets as I need to get that flavor. And then this time I added a little bit of that Luke's favorite hot sauce. I think it's Chipotle something. But I added some of that to give it a little extra heat, and it was so good. I wouldn't recommend it for kids, but Winston has had just the mayo and the Taco Bell sauce, and that has been like no heat issue with him. But if you're going to add the Chipotle, then you might not want to give that to your kiddos. But of course, Winston just eats meat and cheese anyways. So I'm going to start putting them together. I just put some of that sauce down. These are the large burrito tortillas. And then I just put meat down. I put some cheese. And then on one of the tostadas, I just put some of that, the same stadium cheese that we used yesterday. I just added some of that on top. That's going to be your glue to hold your sides together, so that way everything doesn't fall out. Now, as you see, the little that little triangle on top, I put that in there so that way the cheese doesn't squirt out through that little bitty hole. There's always like a little bitty hole on there. I know a lot of people will take the center out of an extra quesadilla and put it on there, but y'all, I'm not about no wasting food. So I just took one of the large burritos and just cut it into 4, and it worked perfect on top. Nothing come out. So if you're like me and you don't want to waste food, don't worry about making a perfect circle to go on top of there. Just cut you one into 4s and you're good to go. To give them a little bit of color and to kind of seal up that bottom, I just took and put some butter in a pan, added them that folded side down, and just let them heat up and cook and get a little bit of crispy, and these were super delicious. here it is. We served it with a side of rice. I have that salsa rice recipe in a what's for dinner, so I'll have it linked in the description box below. And then of course we just served it with a side of cheese and chips like a traditional Taco Bell. We decided to throw in a dessert and we chose Wendy's, of course, Frosties. I love the Frosties. I've never had the vanilla. I know that they make like the chocolate Frosty and the vanilla Frosty now. I've only ever had the chocolate, and I love Frosties, especially dipped in, or French fries dipped in a Frosty. So freaking good. So I found this recipe on Pinterest, of course. I will have it linked in my Pinterest board, and it's just 3 ingredients: chocolate milk, Cool Whip, and sweetened condensed milk. Now I halved the recipe just because there's only 3 of us. And now that we've actually ate some of it, I still have half left. So if you half the recipe, it's at least 6 Frosties. So for halving the recipe, I just took half of a can of sweetened condensed milk, half of a half gallon of chocolate milk, and then half of a container of Cool Whip. So you take and you mix all that in. If you have a blender, definitely use a blender. I do not. I have a little handheld immersion blender, so I used that, which it worked fine. So you just mix all that up together and then pour it in a container, or I just used a double Ziploc bag. And then you're going to put that in the freezer and let it freeze for at least a few hours or overnight. And overnight is what we did. We just had it after dinner the next day and poured it in there. It was really good. Y'all will see in the next clip of me getting it out, mixing it again, and it looked just like a Frosty, and it tasted so good. So it is the next day. As y'all seen, I put this, mixed this together and put it in the freezer overnight. So I've scooped some out, and it's not completely solid, which that's what the recipe said, but it's really like flaky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop it out, and I'm going to take and remix it again with my immersion blender just to maybe break that up and get it more like a soft serve Frosty, which is the whole point of this. So we will do that, and then I'll come back and show y'all what it looks like. So hopefully it will look a little better. I just got done mixing it up with my immersion blender, and y'all, it looks just like a Frosty. Look at that. So I snuck and got a little taste of it, and y'all, it tastes so good. It's not exactly as a Frosty, but it's very, very, very comparable. So excited to find this recipe. So it's in my Pinterest board, and my Pinterest board is always linked in the description box below. So y'all definitely need to go try this recipe. For the next recipe, we went with McDonald's snack wraps. So since the whole COVID thing, McDonald's, which I don't know if it's everywhere, but our McDonald's here has cut out snack wraps from their menu. I don't know why in the world. I feel like that's like one of the #1 things that gets sold at McDonald's, but they took it off. So anyways, we recreated it. Normally we both get the crispy, but we've totally forgot to just buy like a bag of chicken strips, like already breaded, just to heat up. So I just took a pack of chicken tenders and then just did like the grilled snack wraps, and these were really, really good. So as y'all seen, I cooked the chicken, made just some regular fries. I was trying to find like the comparable McDonald's fries, which Taylor showed in a grocery haul a while back, but I wasn't able to get to Walmart, so I just picked up these regular French fries from Kroger. So of course that part wasn't the same. I love me some McDonald's French fries, so I was kind of sad. But the wraps themselves were so good. I just took and made sure the chicken tenders were at temp. Used some tortillas, Put the chicken on there, added, Luke wanted spicy ranch, and I just used regular ranch for mine. And then I just did ketchup for Winston's, which Winston ended up not eating it. He's been weird lately about not wanting to eat dinner. I don't know. I mean, we try. We're not starving him. He just does not want to eat dinner. So for Luke's, I put that spicy ranch. I put some lettuce down, some shredded cheese, and added 2 tenders on there. Wrapped it up, served it with the fries and a side of ketchup. And these were really, really good, y'all. So good. So tonight we are making a copycat version of Culver's Sourdough Melts. So if you have never had those, they are really, really good. I get them, of course, but I just don't have the onions. But Luke gets them with the onions. So we have got our sourdough bread. We just bought the Private Selection wide pan bread. So we've got that. And then butter, of course, for the flat top. We're going to use some aged sharp white cheddar. We've got our little hamburger balls that he's going to smash on the flat top. And then we have got our onions. This is just a half of a large red onion because he's the only one that's going to eat it. We have got our awesome SPG seasoning for the seasoning on both of those. And then we've had fries quite a bit this week, as you've seen in the other meals. So I'm just going to make some mac and cheese. So, of course, that's not Culver's, but that's just what we're going to have as a side because we don't want any more fries. But I'll show y'all as he's cooking them up. And that is it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this What's for Dinner. It was definitely fun to do something different and do fast food favorites. If you all would like to see more themed What's for Dinners, definitely let me know. Leave me a comment down below of what's something that you might want us to do copycat versions of. We were definitely all about it. We love trying new stuff. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Please comment down below, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.